There is a covenant that exists between your soul and the Creator, a promise that does not expire when the sun goes down. Tonight, as the world fades into shadows and the weight of your burdens tries to press against your chest, I want you to remember one thing. You are not a target. You are a sanctuary. Close your eyes and let the rhythm of your breathing slow down. Somewhere in the spiritual realm, a line has been drawn around your bed. It is a boundary of fire and glory that no spirit of fear, no shadow of anxiety, and no weapon of the enemy is permitted to cross. You are stepping into the midnight covenant, the ancient promise of Psalm 91 that says, because you have made the Lord your dwelling place, no evil shall befall you. Can you feel the shift in the air? The atmosphere of worry is evaporating, replaced by the heavy, comforting presence of the Lion of Judah. He is not sleeping. He is not weary. He is standing watch over your mind, filtering every thought through his love and every dream through his protection. You are covered. You are sealed. You are hidden in the secret place. The storm may rattle the windows, but it cannot rattle your spirit. Take one final deep breath and surrender the day. The King is on the throne, the shield is over your heart, and your rest is now officially protected. Sleep in the covenant, sleep in the peace. Now I want you to stay with me for a little while longer, because what God has written over your life is not a short memo. It is not a quick note scribbled on the margins. It is a full, deep, permanent declaration. And tonight, we are going to walk through every word of it together. Think about where you were just a few hours ago. Maybe you were in a meeting room where nothing went the way you planned. Maybe you were in your car, driving home in silence, carrying a sadness you couldn't even name. Maybe you sat at the dinner table and smiled, but inside something was quietly breaking. God saw all of it. Every single moment, he did not look away. He did not grow tired of watching over you. He leaned in closer. That is who he is. That is what this covenant is about. Psalm 91 does not begin with a command. It does not begin with a warning. It begins with a dwelling place. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And I want you to hear that word, dwells. Not visits, not passes through, not checks in occasionally, dwells, stays, remains, makes a home there. And that is an invitation. God is saying, come and live here. Not just on Sunday morning, not just when the crisis hits and you have nowhere else to turn, but every single night, every quiet evening when the house is still and the thoughts get loud. This is your place. This is where you belong. Take another slow breath. Let your shoulders drop. You have been holding tension there that does not belong to you. Let it go. The scripture says he is your refuge and your fortress. Two different words, and both of them matter tonight. A refuge is a place you run to. A fortress is a place that is built to hold. God is both. He is the place you run when you are scared, and he is the structure that stands when everything around you is falling. You do not have to be strong tonight. You do not have to have all the answers. You do not have to figure out tomorrow before you can rest. The fortress does not need your strength to stand. It was built long before you arrived. Vorf. Now let your mind drift gently to the second verse. Surely he shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. A snare is a trap you cannot see. It is hidden beneath the leaves, disguised as a normal path. And the enemy of your soul is a fowler, a hunter, who lays traps in the places you walk every day. He lays traps in your thought life, subtle whispers that tell you you are not enough, that the good in your life is temporary, that the people who love you will eventually leave, that God is somewhere far away, occupied with more important things. But the covenant says, no, surely he shall deliver you. Not maybe. Not if you pray hard enough. Not if you earn it. Surely. It is a word of absolute confidence. a word that carries no hesitation. The snare cannot hold what God has already claimed. Let yourself sink a little deeper into your resting place now. Feel the weight of the mattress beneath you, the warmth of the covers around you. This moment right here, this ordinary, quiet moment, is holy ground, because the presence of God is not reserved for altars and sanctuaries. He fills this room too. He shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you shall take refuge. I want you to sit with that image for a moment. Feathers, not armor, not stone walls, feathers. Soft, warm, close. This is the tenderness of God that people rarely talk about. We talk about his power. We talk about his judgment. We talk about his fire. But tonight he is covering you with feathers. He is drawing you in like a mother bird draws her chicks beneath her wings during a storm. And the storm is raging outside. The storm of anxiety, the storm of uncertainty, the storm of a world that does not slow down. But beneath those wings it is quiet. It is warm. It is safe. Stay right there. Do not rush past this moment. You are allowed to feel safe. You are allowed to let down your guard. You have been so vigilant for so long, checking, planning, worrying, preparing. And God is saying tonight, rest that. Rest all of that. I have this. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. A shield stops what comes at you from the front. A buckler is a smaller shield held close, for the battles that get inside your personal space. God's truth protects you from both the big attacks and the intimate ones, the fears that come loudly and the doubts that creep in quietly at 2 a.m. His truth is you are loved. His truth is you are not forgotten. His truth is the plans he has for you are still intact, no matter what today looked like. That is the shield. Now the scripture turns to the night itself. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day. Notice that God does not say the terror does not exist. He does not promise you a world without shadows. He says, you shall not be afraid of it. There is a difference between the presence of darkness and the power of darkness. Darkness can exist in your room, but it cannot touch your soul. Terror can knock on the door of your mind, but it cannot come in without your permission, and tonight you are revoking that permission. You are saying, I do not receive the spirit of fear. I do not receive the nightmare. I do not receive the anxious replay of every mistake and every worry. I receive peace. I receive rest. I receive the stillness that only God can give. Let your breathing slow down even more. In through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time. Good. 1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. This verse used to confuse people. It sounds almost unbelievable. Thousands falling, and yet you, standing untouched. Yes, not because of who you are, but because of whose you are. You carry a covenant seal on your life that redirects what was meant to destroy you. Think about the moments in your past that should have broken you, the seasons that were designed to end you, the relationships that tried to take your identity, the failures that were supposed to be your final chapter. You are still here. Every single time something stepped in front of the blow. Every single time mercy showed up at the last possible moment. That was not luck. That was the covenant working. And now the promise gets even more personal. For he shall give his angels charge over you, to keep you in all your ways. Right now, as you are lying down in this ordinary room, angels have been assigned to you. Not borrowed, not passing through. Assigned. They are not here because of your perfection. They are not here because you had a productive day or read enough scripture. They are here because God gave the order, and his orders do not change based on your performance. They are keeping watch over your doorway. They are standing guard over the room where your children sleep. They are positioned at every entrance of your home, and no fear, no nightmare, no assignment of the enemy can bypass the authority of heaven's messengers. You are not sleeping alone tonight. Let that settle over you like a blanket. You are not alone. You have never been alone, even in the darkest nights when it felt like the silence was too loud and heaven felt too far. He was there. He is here. He will be here when the morning comes. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. This is God speaking now, and he is not responding to your perfection. He is responding to your love. To the simple, imperfect, stumbling love that you have kept turning back toward him. You have not always prayed the right words. You have not always had the right attitude. There have been nights you fell asleep angry. There have been mornings you forgot to seek him first. But somewhere deep in your heart, you kept a candle lit for him. You kept turning back. You kept saying, I still believe. Even when I can barely feel it, I still believe. And he says, that is enough. That is more than enough. Because of that love, I will deliver you. Your breath is getting slower now. Your body is beginning to understand that it is safe. Let your hands relax. Let your jaw unclench. Let your forehead smooth out. You do not have to carry the expression of worry even while you sleep. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. To know the name of God is not just to know a word. It is to know his character. To know that Jehovah Jireh provides. To know that Jehovah Rapha heals. To know that El Shaddai is more than enough. To know that he is the same yesterday, today, and forever. You know his name tonight. And that knowledge is a throne. It lifts you above the reach of fear. It places you in a position of spiritual authority that the enemy cannot touch. You are seated in high places tonight. Not because the day was easy, but because you know whose name you carry. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. There it is, the personal promise, not the promise to the masses, the promise to you, to the specific, unique, irreplaceable person lying here right now. When you call, he answers. Not eventually. Not when he gets around to it. He answers. And when trouble finds you, because trouble does come, even to those who walk in covenant, he does not send a representative. He shows up personally. I will be with him in trouble. Present, close, involved, and then he delivers, and then he honors. You are going to come out of whatever you are in right now, not defeated, not diminished, honored. That is the end of the story that God has written for your life. You are so close to sleep now, and that is exactly where you are supposed to be. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. This is the final promise of the psalm and it is not just about length of days. It is about fullness of days. Days that mean something, days that carry purpose, days where you wake up and there is a reason to rise. God is not finished with your story. The chapters you are walking through right now are not the conclusion. They are the middle. And in the middle of great stories, things look impossible, uncertain, upside down. But the author has already written the ending. And it is good. It is so good. So tonight, let your soul make peace with the unknown. You do not need to resolve everything before you rest. You do not need to have the plan fully mapped before you sleep. The one who knows the end from the beginning is still working. While you rest, he is working. While you sleep, he is aligning. While your eyes are closed, his eyes are open. And he sees every detail. He sees the thing you are most afraid of. He sees the relationship you are not sure about. He sees the health concern you have been carrying in silence. He sees the financial pressure that woke you up at 3 in the morning last week. He sees all of it, and he is not overwhelmed by any of it. What overwhelms you is not even a question mark to him. It is already answered. Let your mind release the grip now. You have held on so tightly for so long. You have managed and controlled and planned and worried. And God is not asking you to stop carrying. He is asking you to stop carrying. There is a difference. You can care about your children without carrying the fear of every outcome. You can care about your health without carrying the weight of every diagnosis. You can care about your future without carrying the anxiety of every uncertain step. Cast it. The word in Scripture is cast, like throwing something far from you with intention. Cast your cares upon him. Not hand them gently, cast them with force, with decision, with the deliberate choice to say, I am done holding this. It is too heavy for me, and it is too light for you. Throw it into his hands tonight too. And now, receive the return. Because when you give him the weight, he gives you something back. He gives you the peace that passes understanding, not the peace that makes sense, the peace that surpasses sense, that goes beyond logic. That rests in a room where the circumstances have not changed, but somehow, everything feels okay. That peace is yours tonight. It is moving through your body right now, from the top of your head, through your shoulders, through your chest, through your stomach, where so much tension lives, down through your legs and settling deep in your bones. You are at peace. You are at rest. You are in the covenant. The midnight covenant is not a feeling. It is a fact. It exists whether you feel it or not. Whether the night is easy or difficult, whether the day was victorious or painful, the covenant stands because it is not held together by your strength. It is held together by his word, and his word does not fail. Not tonight, not tomorrow, not ever. So sleep now, sleep deeply, sleep without the rehearsal of tomorrow's worries, sleep without the replay of yesterday's regrets. Sleep in the knowledge that you are seen, you are known, you are loved, and you are protected. The Lion of Judah is awake, and you do not have to be. The angels are on assignment, and you do not have to stand guard. The covenant is active, and you do not have to earn it. All you have to do, right now, in this moment, is receive it. Receive the rest. Receive the peace. Receive the promise. You are hidden in the secret place, and the secret place is exactly where you belong. Good night. Sleep well. You are covered.